Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, light the beam on a non-Victory Tuesday edition of the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. I am your host, Sam Freeze, once again joined in the room by Cap and the greatness that is LG, where we broadcast once again live here on the north side of San Antonio as we are officially single-digit days away from Spurs opening night. 8 days away now.
And Wednesday.
A week from tomorrow, we will be watching, I think you could argue, the most meaningful Spurs basketball in close to a decade.
Oh, man. I can't wait for it, man. When we're doing all this without De'Aaron Fox.
Again, it's preseason. Let's not
I'm
jump
hyped, man.
to
You will not get me down.
I love it. I would
I am a
never.
Cowboys fan in September right now.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
as I said, we've got plenty of Cowboys disappointment to get to, of course.
Shout out to Greg for being a member.
Very nice. Thank you, Greg. This being a Tuesday edition, of course, the main seggy will be a lot of NFL Week 6 recap. Weekend recap this week's going to mainly be sports because, good Lord, it was quite the sports viewing weekend.
Even the college games, man.
It was. We'll talk about it because I managed to squeeze in. I still had roommate duties to take care of. I managed to at least leave the house a couple of times over the course of
a little Home Depot,
4 days.
Bed Bath & Beyond,
little Target run, little outlet mall run.
Oh, you went up to San?
I got this Jordan shirt. This was like $17 on quadruple clearance because Columbus found
it's long arms.
It's nice. Well, so here's something else I realized. I mean, I don't take this out of context, but I don't hang around a lot of kids these days. We don't have kids.
Well, it's
I don't
ordered, so you know.
Exactly. It's really all it took was the mustache, and they were like, absolutely not. 150 feet at all times.
Gunner, come over here.
Everything at the outlet mall. It's actually perfect for guys like you and me.
Yeah.
The trend of. You had the early 2000s, Tim Duncan, AI, everyone in baggy suits.
Oh, I loved it.
And then everything got super Euro, super tight, skinny jeans, emo, scene kid clothes. We've swung back to the ultra bag. I mean, this thing is huge, and this is a single XL. It's massive. Everything over there.
I need to go to the outlet mall.
That's what I'm saying. Everything over there.
I buy me a double X. I'm like, oh yeah, it's been so long.
You will be in hog heaven because I was.
Lawrence, I love you.
For me, I was pretty happy about the length of the shirts covering my long torso. But because Columbus discovered our fair continent, we get sales at the outlet mall all Columbus Day weekend.
Yeah, it's no more Indigenous People Day.
No, God, no. Add that to the list of things that we no longer.
Get out of here.
That is gone like the dodo bird. But I had some roommate duties. But it was mainly all sports. So, of course, we'll get to that as well as the lightning round to close it out. But, fellas, I've buried the lead for too long. We're going to do our national days. We're going to continue doing those just because I think they're absurd, ridiculous, and they remind me of my BS PR, public relations days. But also, anytime I find something maybe sports-related, maybe news-related, anything that might have happened on this day in history, we're going to start sprinkling that in at the top here as well.
Sprinkle it.
October 14th, 2004.
October. Are you trying to twist the knife on me or something?
Well, what do you think this is going to be?
You said the evil year of 2004. I forgot what happened in that, the ALDS.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Or not the ALDS.
No, we're done with well, actually, no, I still have a Yankee minute on the run sheet, but we are done for the most part. This is not Yankee related. A young Devin Hester at the University of Miami.
The greatest runbacker-ish.
How about kick returner?
Okay, we can go with that.
We'll go with that, maybe.
I guess.
Against a good Louisville team from those early 2000s. Devin Hester, Louisville was only up by a couple points, and then he returns a punt, blows the game open, gets a touchdown. They end up winning a close one. Louisville came back, final 41-38. But flash forward 3 years on the exact same day, a little older, a 3-year older Devin Hester had a punt return against the Vikings, as he was a Pro Bowl member, All-Pro member of the Chicago Bears. And they end up winning that game as well. The Vikings won that game. I take that back. Yeah. They came back, kicked a game-winning field goal.
I wonder how many games Chicago actually won.
Adrian Peterson ran for 224 yards, 3 touchdowns. But Devin Hester, on this day in sports history, punt return in a college game, and then 3 years later, punt return in a NFL game.
That's like Aaron Judge 5 years ago hit a home run on the same day.
Okay, well, it's National Be Bald and Be Free Day as well. Would you rather
I want to be free.
Do you want to be bald?
I want to be a bald eagle being free. America.
I know sooner or later, I've always threatened when I do go full, like when I start to lose it all, I'm going to go straight Willie and braid it, but have the horseshoe bald still.
Oh, nice.
Just make it look, again, 150 feet away at all times.
You know, a Facebook ad got me, man.
Facebook ad?
It got me to watch the video because it was Willie Nelson and it looked like an interview. But then all of a sudden it was Willie's elixir drink, and then it goes into the ad, and I'm like, Willie got me.
At least it was Willie that got you, and it wasn't.
I was like, what's Willie got to say now?
Yeah,
you know,
they're getting. I will give you this.
That's creative.
They're getting better with them. Yeah. The ads are getting a little more deceptive. It's also National Real Sugar and National Dessert Day. It feels like a 1-2 combo there.
We better have National Fake Sugar because you just can't put real sugar.
I guarantee you there's a National Corn Syrup Day. There's no question.
National Stevia Day.
Well, I bet there's one of those too. There's a national day for everything.
Oh, God.
National Corn Syrup Day.
Real
I guarantee you. This is not a joke. It's the day before Halloween.
National Corn Syrup Day?
National Corn Syrup Day, because it's literally, it's also on that day, National Candy Corn Day, which is...
Have you seen the full candy corn sheets? It's like they smash them all together, and you can eat it like a Kit Kat or something like that.
That sounds
I'm not saying I'm eating it, man.
That sounds like another reason why the terrorists hate us. But on that note, LG, tell the good people how they can help support this program. We continue to grow, have some exciting news actually on the horizon as well relating to this program. So what? Get in now, help us. Yes, well, I don't think either one of y'all are aware yet. We'll all learn together after LG tells us how y'all can help support the program.
Well, you can help support the program by subscribing to this mug right there. Bats, we got the Halloween-themed animation there for those watching.
Still seasonal.
Yep. For those not watching, it says subscribe, and there's some ghosts and some bats flying out of the middle of the screen there. Also, you can jump into the Super Chat. That will get us some money because we're trying to get some microphones. Apparently, the captain wants some red microphones to celebrate the Chinese Lunar New Year.
There we go. I'm sure that's exactly what is on his mind. I really think we need to get some royal blue Cowboys blue mics just to make him talk into a cowboy colored mic every time he bashes the Cowboys. That's a live drop from Cap right there.
And then also we have memberships up and running right now. And we just got 2 members all of a sudden. There's not a lot of members-only content. Actually, there's no members-only content. But
bear with us again.
We'll get there.
We're still growing this thing. We're still growing this thing. As LG says, the YouTube subscriptions are absolutely free. That will never cost you a penny. You have my word. We just are trying to get more of those subbies because it gets us more exposure in the in the dreaded YouTube algorithm as we continue to try to grow this program throughout the football season and now throughout the Spurs season, as we are almost under a week away from Spurs basketball. So give us the subby there on YouTube if you haven't already. For those of y'all that continue to support the audio numbers, I don't think I've told y'all lately, the audio numbers are still quite good. We're on the pace for our third successive month of growth on the audio side. So good, very good news there. But if you just listen to the audio, please still go subscribe on YouTube because it does help us just get more exposure. I mentioned I thought we were done with Yankee minutes. Cap, are we done with Yankee minutes? Because it doesn't feel like there's much else to discuss here when it comes to your beloved pinstripe baseball team. Okay. I don't even know what to say right now. It looks like I'm staring at a rejected Jeff Dunham ventriloquist act. I do love that it's a redhead. That's fun. So not only is it scary in one way, it's scary in multiple ways.
Hey, redheads have more fun.
Where the hell did you come across? What is this? Is this what Super Chats are buying? Is this our first purchase as a show?
No.
Did you hit up Spirit Halloween?
This was I guess I borrowed it from the Slackers.
So we stole it. That's even better.
I borrowed it.
Yes.
I asked.
Yes.
I didn't really get an answer, but I was like, hey, I'm gonna take that.
Well, that's not really an ask.
I'm gonna give it back.
Sure.
I'm gonna give it back after a while.
That's more of a declarative statement than a question.
She's kind of cute, man.
Well,
I like the fact that it's
I was
one
about to
arm,
say,
easier to control.
You for the pro amputee crowd. Yeah, that. Look, I'm not one that does haunted houses, but I have to admit, staring at that thing the rest of this show is going to be way more distracting than the baseball that's to the right of me right now. I hope that is our last. If that is the last we talk about the Yankees for a while, it is appropriate that it went down like a dud. You want to jump into some weekend recap? Because as I said, it's going to be a lot of sports tonight. We'll start with going back to Friday night. We ended up meeting up and watching some of the game, some of that 15-inning game.
Oh, man, that thing was I didn't know when it was going to end.
I told you as we were watching it, I'm hoping for 17 minimum.
Yeah.
I wanted to see.
Just burn out the whole bullpen.
Exactly. I want to see to the point where, some starter is literally pitching his 6th inning of relief in the 19th inning. I think we met up and it was somewhere right around the maybe 10th or 11th.
10th or 11th.
Because they had been in extras. So it started. I ended up watching that game, technically watching/listening to it 5 different locations. The game went on so long. It started, I was watching it at my house, and then Charity Bar hosted the Burger Showdown 6.0 at Charity, which was actually awesome. It was nice. If you don't know, Charity's got a giant backyard, and it was one of the first times we've gotten a full event crowd. I mean, talking close to 300 people on the grounds for this event. Yeah, it was really nice to see the space get back to some pre-COVID level of use.
It's also getting a little bit cooler.
Better weather, yes,
a little bit cooler where you're not sweating.
That's right.
Through your non-underwear.
Granted, that's right, dude. I'm wearing jean shorts tonight. How do you think things are doing down there in the undercarriage?
Swampy.
So the event was from like 6 to 9, or like 6:30 to 9:30.
Yeah.
I waited for the sun to go down, as you mentioned, because of those heat-related concerns. So I started the game at the house, then went to Charity Bar, was watching it there, then drove out to meet you, listened to it on the radio, and then watched it with you at Slackers from the God, like from the 10th inning to the 13th,
Yeah.
14th inning.
Yeah, like you left right like the next inning is like when they got all the people on base. And
Yeah.
like the reliever just couldn't hang anymore.
So I was trying to because at that point I was making responsible decisions of if I stay any longer and the tequila keeps flowing, I need to be closer to my house because I don't want to take an Uber from the north side to the house. I'd rather take it from down the street or even just walk home. So we ended up watching it there at another bar in the neighborhood and ended up watching the Mariners eventually advance past the Tigers.
So
It was a great way to start the weekend because that was the beginning. That was a Friday night. Also, I think I had talked up the UNT USF game. If you drove up to see UNT play,
didn't really show up.
No, that was
They were still on the
fans
bus.
did.
Yeah.
They canceled classes all day last Friday so that all the students could get good and lit, and they did. It was a record crowd, sellout crowd, but. Yeah, they didn't quite show up. But the baseball was great to set the tone for Friday. You mentioned the college football. I put a picture out to tease the episode tonight. If you go to any of my social, you can see it. I think the roommate put something out over the weekend too. So I have achieved a new level of sports viewing ritual.
Uh-oh.
Yes, it's a good one.
So
well, you don't think it's
like
a good one.
It's like quad box and then
The quad box is a slippery slope to full on like home entertainment. I'm never watching sports outside my house again because the amount of control it allows. But something you have yet to embrace, something you have critiqued me for many times over the course of the last 6 months. I will drive to a movie theater on you.
Oh, I did see the popcorn.
And just get a large thing of popcorn.
They give you a bag
and
like that?
Just wait, buddy. Just wait. Like I said, we have achieved new levels of sports watching ritual. So we go this time like normal. At this point, the ticket checkers know who we are.
Yeah.
Because we go to the same one every time. Consistent quality.
Yeah.
Shout out Regal at the Quarry. They ticket takers, the kids know who we are. They see us coming. They're like, oh, y'all are fine. I'm going to get popcorn, okay? Yeah. So we walk over there. For the first time, an actual manager was working behind the concession area because they were slam packed. I mean, it was Saturday. Mm-hmm. We went after the Red River game. So it was like, prime movie going hours, like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so the manager's there for the first time. We order our large thing of popcorn, and the chick working the concession stand asks, "Oh, what movie are y'all seeing?" And I, without hesitation, I just go, "College football." And she just looked at me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're just taking it to go. We're taking it back home to watch football the rest of the night." And she looked at me, and she's like, "Oh, to go?" I was like, "Yeah, is that a problem?" She's like, "No. It's I had no idea."
Oh, and she stepped it up.
That's where the bag comes into place because normally we get the large one, tell them, lots of butter, and it's never an issue. We just take the whole tub home.
Yeah.
So this time, when she realized when I said to go, she immediately ran, and the manager was the one making the popcorn. She grabs the bag, this plastic bag, and the manager fills up the thing, dumps it in there, and I'm like, I've already paid. I'm like, hey, thank you all so much. And then he starts scooping again. He filled up the entire bucket twice. And when I told him, I was like, oh, dude, you don't have to do that. Like, thanks so much. He's like, no, it's policy. If you take it to go, you get your one free refill.
Oh.
Also, yeah. So for the first time ever, we've actually gotten our full to-go experience. And you get...
You should immediately went full... Well, I've done this 8 times already.
Yeah,
give me 3 more bags.
Yeah, let's load it up. I've got back pay coming my way.
Exactly.
Yeah, so once we realize that, it's as LG reminds us, it's a blessing and a curse because I kind of only need the one bucket, and I don't stop now. Like I was still eating popcorn during the Buccaneer-Niner game on Sunday afternoon because I had so
Just
much
stale old butter
No, it's
popcorn.
perfect. It's
It was
great.
like-
It's popcorn movie. It's fine.
I guess you can tie the bag.
The bag zips.
It's fine. Oh, it's a zip.
It's a zip. I'm telling you.
Man, they thought of everything.
Regal really like this is not a promo or I guess it is an endorsement of their services, but no, they take care of you. And he was putting butter on the top of it in the it was
Have you heard the story of one of the first courtships of the wife that we had, and we take her? I think we saw Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. So it wasn't.
Man, I don't think I saw any of those.
It was the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't remember Garfield.
But so
Spider-Man.
I take her and her kid to the theater, and she puts so much butter on the popcorn.
As one should.
So much butter.
As one should.
And then they're pounding ices.
Oh, no.
And the kid, I see over my son, I see this look halfway through the movie.
Turning green.
And because he's already drinking 3 ices. And
got the
he's
sugar.
He's eating all that. I tried to eat the butter. I was like, man, nah, I'm good. And he is green at the end of the movie, dude. And I was like, bro, you feeling all right? And he's like, no, my stomach. And I was like, you got sugar and butter all in your stomach, man. And I was like, and then before we even leave the parking lot, I have to, he's like, I'm going to throw up. I'm like, open. I just stop right in the middle. Brake check someone behind me. And I'm like, lean all the way out the car, open the door, and do your business. And so everybody leaving the theater, was
just
watching
getting a front
the
row
kid
seat.
just puke his guts out. And it's all sorts of colors and whatnot. It was.
I'm sure they're assuming y'all had
times.
gone and seen some kind of gory horror movie, and he was just getting upset from the movie and not the massive amounts of diabetes he had just ingested. Yeah, it again. You mentioned the combination of the quad box and the resealable bag of movie theater popcorn. I fear sports bars in my neighborhood are going to see a decline on their monthly profits because so just this weekend alone at various parts starting Friday through yesterday through last night, since the last time we've been in the room together, I had quad boxes of college football, playoff baseball, NFL football, preseason NBA basketball, NHL hockey. And all of that to say at midnight 05, Saturday night, Sunday morning, because of the lightning delay in the BYU-Arizona game, I still had a quad box of college football at 5 minutes after midnight on Saturday night as I'm still sitting there eating ridiculous amount. I was the kid that I woke up Sunday morning just thinking what the hell happened? Oh, yeah. I just ate a bucket and a half of popcorn by myself, loaded with butter.
I did the custom quad box. It was 3, and it was the 2 football games.
What do we call that? A tri box?
A tri box. It tries.
A thruple box?
A menage a twizzle.
Thruple box has such a different connotation. Actually, now that I say that.
But it was the 2 football games and the baseball game, man. I was like, this ain't too bad.
It was pretty awesome. Yes, last night with the NFL doubleheader and the baseball games overlapping each other, even though Seattle-Toronto was a blowout, it was nice to have the quad box of 2 screens, playoff baseball, 2 screens, NFL, Monday Night Football.
Yeah. It was good for the first 6 innings, but then after that.
It got ugly fast. We're going to talk about that in greater detail. But before we talk any further, you did mention your Spurs hype, and I did mention had the Spurs Jazz preseason game on quad box this weekend. And a member of this program also worked another game since the last time we were in the room. I hear with a bit of improved equipment as well. How is the shoulder doing this time, LG?
It's better. Yeah, I got a shoulder pad from the Oxman Tool Company out of Minnesota.
That sounds official.
Yeah, it's a construction worker's shoulder pad designed for carrying rebar on your shoulder. And so I adapted it for camera work.
Oh, buddy.
And it worked very well. Yes. So if you were at the AT&T Center, Frostbank Center, and you were taking pictures of me and sending them to my Twitter accounts, next time just say hello.
Isn't that the best?
Because it's real stalkery.
Get as close as you can to them.
It's
and
pretty
just start taking
stalkerish.
pictures just to see, like, that's the game.
No,
how close can we get to LG without
I can't
him
tell you how
noticing?
many people, and it's not just people I know; it's people I don't even know.
Oh, that's even better.
And they're just
I
they
love it.
know of me, so they tag me on X or whatever.
That's
But
even
people I
better.
know
Love it.
too are sending me text messages and like just random sniper shots.
Basically, what you're doing by getting random people on camera, they're doing to you.
Exactly. Yes.
He asked them. You can't just surprise them in the Spurs.
That's
world.
fair. No,
Well,
no,
I
no.
can't because I'm right in front of you, but the
not
other
much of a
cameras that got the
surprise.
super zooms can. But shout
Yeah.
out to Sam Walters, former iHeart engineer, who sniped me out the other
Oh,
day.
good dude.
Yeah.
Good
He
dude,
was
Sam.
engineering for Dan Weiss on 1200 News Radio, 1200 WOAI, and I guess I was right in front of their booth there where they do the radio show or the play-by-play for the game, and he sent me this. He's like, I see you. Every single picture that I've been sent, I'm like strained. Like you can see the pain on my face. I'm just like, "Arr, arr." Like nobody has a good picture. So if someone can please take a good picture of me, send that to me.
Keep it up,
please.
Sports Cave.
Yes.
Keep
I was
it
about
up.
to say-
I want to see these pictures. I want to see the veins in his head popping.
Well, all right. So the next opportunity you'll have will be October 30th against the Miami Heat. at
Hey,
the Frost-
National Corn Syrup Day.
National Corn Syrup Day and Candy Corn Day at
Throw candy
Frostbank
corn at
Center
'em.
against the Miami Heat. I will be running the wireless camera for the Jumbotron on that day. So if you're there, say hello before you take a picture.
Hey, you get a video, throw some candy corn at him, you'll be on lightning round.
And if you ask Cap, that'll be the 4-0 San Antonio Spurs taking on the Miami Heat. Did y'all see this fun stat? You mentioned Weiss and the radio broadcast. So the Spurs are 4-0 in the preseason so far
Yeah.
this year. It's the first time it's happened since 01-02.
Really?
It's the first time it's happened.
Wemby's that guy, bro.
So
that last game, they played 3 quarters like it was a regular season game.
yeah, it was a dress rehearsal game.
Yeah.
That was their last season in the Alamo Dome. It was the first season, I believe, of Bill Schoening. They were breaking in a new radio guy.
Wow. Maybe
It
it's a good
was
sign for the new radio guy.
it was Tony Parker and Bruce Bowen's first season with the Spurs.
They were in the Alamo Dome?
Yeah,
wow.
that 1 year, that last year. And the Spurs would go on to win 20 of their first 24 games that season.
Was that 2003?
That's 01-02. Starting in 01, season ending in 02. That I saw Raul Dominguez Jr. had that out on X.
Very
Had
nice.
flagged
I like
that.
I like that stat.
Yeah, it's so I mean again,
So we're going to win 20 out of our first 21 games?
as you say,
We're going,
potentially,
baby.
yeah,
That's where we're
potentially. I
Spurs Jesus.
right now all that matters is Wednesday, October 22nd, that opening night matchup up in Dallas. I will say after watching Dylan Harper in that dress rehearsal game, that's going to be fun. You mentioned doing all this without Steph Castle. They're going to be a lot better.
De'Aaron Fox.
Without De'Aaron Fox. They're going to be a lot better team when Fox is back. But this time, while he's out, to have Dylan Harper absorb more of those minutes and have Steph Castle play more on the court same time as Dylan Harper, there's going to be some fun nights. There's going to be some fun nights. There's going to be some highlights. There's patience is all I will say.
I have no patience.
Yeah, I know. Let's let
We winning now.
let's let the kids develop alongside the truly transcendent talent that is Wemby. Also, Wemby apparently keeps growing. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
So he's listed now officially at 7'5", but I saw an interview Boban was doing on I think it was ESPN, and he was talking about how he's 7'4",
yeah.
like authentically 7'4", and he is looking up to Wemby as if a guy that's 2 or 3 inches taller. Boban said he thinks he's 7'6" or 7'7", like reaching Manute Bol levels of height with that fluidity. That worries me.
Stop growing.
There's some concern there because again, like how tall do you get where then it's a concern and a detriment versus like let's stay in the Goldilocks zone here, this sweet spot that we seem to have arrived on. You mentioned other thing about Wemby, that game that Friday night game, dude. He was bodying guys out of the way.
Dude, no one was pushing him around.
It's starting to look very similar to Giannis year 3, Giannis year 4, where he's not the one.
With an outside shot.
With handles, with guard talent, with guard attributes. Yeah, no, I think we are officially about to see scary season from Wemby. It's just a matter of, another guy, Luke Cornett looks like a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Finally having, when Wemby does step off the court, having a solid backup that can run the offense, can, not need a whole lot of attention, but can impact the game in winning ways. And then when they're on, I saw Jacob, I think it was Jacob Toby, that the TV play-by-play guy that originally coined it. It might have been someone else, and he was highlighting it, but they were calling Cornette and Wemby, when they're on the court together as Twin Towers, French vanilla.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's not bad. We got Area 51 with him and Castle, and then French Vanilla with him and Cornet. The nicknames are only going to get better and better as this thing gets more and more relevant. And I do, all jokes aside, thinking ahead, we're going to talk a lot of Spurs as we get closer to next Wednesday. We'll be including, the same way we do a Cal Notes segment, we'll start including a Spurs Notes segment.
Yeah.
So that'll be a staple of every episode, whether it's Tuesday or Thursday. But also, my buddy Toby, some of y'all remember, about this time last year when I was starting this thing up, him and I sat down and did a full NBA preview episode, and he's driving up to San Antonio next week. And we're going to sit down, record a long form. So we'll release that in addition to next week's Tuesday and Thursday episodes. But I don't watch a lot of preseason sports to begin with. But when you have a guy like Dylan Harper that you want to see for the first time.
We have 2 legitimate, we stole, Harper was a given. But I feel like we stole the other guy.
Which one? Steph or Fox? I mean, the Fox was a steal just because they didn't give up
I'm talking
anything.
about the last draft.
Steph Castle.
No, that's this draft, but the second guy. Why am I forgetting his name?
That's Dylan Harper.
Dylan Harper was the number 2 pick overall.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Carter Bryant.
Carter
the
Bryant.
Second pick of this.
Two first names.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Very, very confusing. I can see how that would. Yeah.
Carter Bryant's defense is elite.
And that translates to the league instantly. Elite, he has potential to be elite at defense. You're not elite as a rookie.
He's not going to stop Harden from a step back, but he's going to be putting the hands up every
much
time.
more of an unfinished product compared to Harper, but the ceiling is absolutely, especially on the defensive end, the ceiling is, this is why going back to talking about Sohan the last few years, you need guys like that are going to just be on the court to lock down, run, fill channels, and rebound the ball and get the ball into your playmaker's hands quick to start the break. I think Carter Bryant can slide it. Like some of those lineups where they throw Wemby at 5, Sohan at 4, Carter Bryant at 3, good luck.
Yeah.
Because that potentially...
they know how to run off screens. They know how to communicate.
That's going to be
their engine doesn't stop, so... Steph Curry, a la Reggie Miller, would just run constantly. Those guys are going to keep up with them.
It's a good thing about having young kids on the roster. Yeah. It's just, again, the patience part is what I keep coming back to. There is when you're talking about every single one of the kids we just listed, men, every single one of the players we just listed
children, sir.
is 24 and under, 23 and under.
Well, I think I told my
we're still.
I told my 20-year-old, I was like, if I ever have to listen to a 25-year-old tell me what to do, that's the day I'm probably eating a bullet.
Well, okay. There are softer ways to. What if the 25-year-old is a multi-millionaire OnlyFans model that has selected you to be her life partner? She just wants to.
She better learn directions.
She just wants to make the majority of the decisions in the relationship.
Hey man, she can do what she wants with her money.
No, I think you would.
But if I wanted to go to a Spurs game, what am I going to talk to a 25-year-old about?
I love how the talking is. Again, it was kind of like I was talking about like being around kids. I don't know what the hell to say to you. Like I got nothing.
You know what the most erotic thing?
Oh my God,
the brain. The brain.
Which is the only way
and the nipples.
You
They're
would
very
end
sensitive.
up that
you can milk
you broke
anything.
FCC rules.
I can't say nipple.
Nope, and you just said it again.
You can milk anything with nipples.
He has a drop with nipples.
If he plays the drop, then we're safe.
Yes.
You were. It felt
How
like
is nipples?
It felt like the 12-year-old driving the car on the highway. You were veering a little too close to the median. It felt like we were about to lose all control and
talking about the vulva.
Just spin and roll. Good. Well, okay. You can say that because it's. I'm teaching you too many rules. I don't like that. Elsewhere.
Oh, areolas. The areolas are very soon.
Elsewhere. I don't think those are. No. Let's talk some baseball.
Oh, don't fall over.
We got to. Oh yeah, careful. That's what you need to be worried about. We got to talk some baseball before we get in
Have you seen my baseball?
rest of the football weekend. Mention the game Friday. Jumping in, I think we have to start with that crazy game last night. The Blake Snell masterpiece, the crazy
and they
double
took
play.
him out.
The should have taken the. There were so many angles to start with.
Yeah.
I say we start with the fact that Blake Snell faced the minimum through 8 innings. Yeah. He allowed 1 base runner, but the dude was immediately thrown out trying to steal. Mm-hmm. Faced the minimum through 8 innings in game 1. Yeah. Clearly, Blake Snell, the best remaining. I think it's pretty clear the best remaining starting pitcher.
So he started with Tampa.
Yeah.
Went to Red Sox. And now,
how long was he in Boston?
He was in Boston for a little bit. I believe so.
How did he end up back in
L.A.?
No, it was the Padres that he was with for a minute. He went from Tampa to Padres.
Who am I thinking
and then the Giants.
Tampa that went to Boston.
David Price, the old Vanderbilt kid.
Yeah, Price.
Yeah, he won that.
Man, Tampa always finds these great,
They just never sign them.
Yeah.
Because, granted, Tampa's never going to invest $250 million in a single player. Snell
not named Tom Brady, but.
Yeah, Snell was absolutely dominant. But all of that being said, the Dodgers bullpen tried to give that away at the end. The Dodgers end up pulling Snell after 8. All the Dodgers need is 1 inning, from their bullpen.
I was on the edge of my seat, dude, at that last inning, and what was it, Suzuki or
Sasaki? They throw Roki Sasaki out there again, who they've been using since they don't need a 4th or 5th starter anymore. Yeah. They've used him as their closer because Blake Trinan struggled so much down the stretch. Yeah. And Sasaki's been, if you look at the numbers, he's been getting the job done. But if you watch the outings, they've been a bit.
Well, because that's what long inning pitchers, long game pitchers do. They have to settle in. Yeah. You're going to try.
Even when you have a 97, 98, 99 mile-an-hour fastball like he does, it's still a buildup usually. Mm-hmm. You're not just coming in throwing heat for an inning.
Yeah, exactly. Because basically, a reliever is, what I'm going to throw. I got 2, maybe 3 good pitches. But, look, Mariano Rivera, the best closer of all time. 2 pitches, fastball and a cutter.
And good luck.
And good luck. You know what I'm saying? So it's... That dude chewed up more wood than a woodchuck.
Proud of that one.
I love it.
So he gets himself into a jam, ends up with the bases loaded. Brewers get 1 run. It's a 2-1 game.
Yeah.
There's 2 outs. Bryce Turing is at the plate. I think it was a 2-2 count when at this point Dodgers pull Sasaki. They had put Blake Trinan in.
Yeah.
And Trinan, who's been struggling, had lost the high leverage closer role for the Dodgers. He throws a ball that would have hit Turing right in the meaty part of the thigh.
Yeah.
If he hadn't moved out of the way. Would have been a tie game.
Yeah.
Your pitcher's rattled. He just hit a dude
and then he swings at a high fastball out the zone.
Didn't take a timeout to settle himself back down. Clearly was still thinking about the fact that he could have let that hit him if he hadn't jumped out of the way. And he swings at a fastball at his eyeballs. And end of the game, Brewers lose 2-1.
Did you see how bad the ump was that game?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm ready for the challenge.
24 missed calls.
It's not good, buddy.
And I forget his name because I thought I wrote his name down, but whoever umped that game, the last time that someone missed that many calls in a postseason.
Let me guess, the Yankees were involved.
No, it was. I don't know what team it was, but it was him as well.
Same guy.
2 years ago.
So we have a new Angel Hernandez, basically.
He's our new Angel Hernandez, dude. And I'm like, dude, if he missed that many calls, how are you going to put him back out in the postseason?
I would hope that as we start to see the challenge
and it wasn't consistent. It wasn't just like the inside was.
No, he was just all over the place. It just was
low balls, high strikes.
It was an inconsistent zone in every measure.
You had the batters walking off thinking they got struck out, and he's like, ball. And he's like.
Oh, that was the dude. That was the Mariners game.
Oh, yeah,
because it was a Rosarina who started to walk to the dugout, and then he looked back. He's like, you're going to call that a ball? Okay, I'm coming back.
Yeah, that was the Mariners game.
Yeah, that was that one. I am excited. I'm curious to see when they start doing the challenge system next year if MLB is punitive towards the bad umpires the way the NFL is. Like the NFL, post-game official reports, 2-minute reports, all of that. That is what either gets them officiating playoff games and Super Bowls or is what keeps them from it. The NFL uses it as a grading system. I hope MLB does, too.
I know, like, baseball's Players Association, baseball's Umpire Association is pretty ironclad.
It's pretty much the 2 strongest unions in America right there.
Yeah.
That's
So, I mean, like, what are you going to keep doing? Just, like, if this guy's missing 24 calls, can he take that much corrective criticism?
How many options does he have left? Can we send him down to Pawtucket?
Yeah,
can we send him to Round Rock? Get some minor league reps
until he's like, F it, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because he gets embarrassed. Like
I was about to say, something I have not to get overly philosophical here, but pretty much everything around us started crumbling when we all agreed that public shame was dead.
Yeah.
Like when you stopped feeling any kind of pressure to change your actions based off of the shame you were experiencing, when that died, that's kind of when a lot of things started going.
I stand my ground on this.
Yeah. 2 + 2 is 5, damn it. I'm standing my ground. You can't shame me into thinking. When we started actually trying to debate with flat earthers, you've already lost the debate. So hopefully maybe some of the
Earth is flat, right?
Maybe and this is where we're at, and momentum exists.
You stop that. It does.
When the umpires potentially are shown to be terrible at their job and they still defiantly stand firm, then we're going to have a problem. The league will have to do something.
The Joey
if
Crawfords.
It's that bad. Exactly.
So you know what he actually put out a quote recently.
Oh God.
On this. He's like, I hated the way he was laughing. I felt like it was just irking me and stuff. But when I threw him out, I knew that was I'm gonna catch heat.
I had gone too far. Talking about when he ejected Duncan from the bench.
For laughing on the bench. He was like, I knew that was.
Well, he didn't catch a lot of heat because I think he went on to be the literal league's head of officiating.
Well, he ended up officiating the playoffs with the Spurs
That's right.
that year.
Multiple times.
And it's like, y'all just doing this on purpose, man.
Kind of feels that way. We should mention also in that game, when something happens in the sports world where the roommate is asking me 20 questions, 21 questions, as 50 would say, about what she just saw, it's something historic, something amazing.
Go, shorty.
Some of the drops
50.
LG has, they
50.
absolutely shoot my wheels off. The first ever 8-6-2 double play in playoff baseball history.
That was
Only time we've seen that. And it gets recorded officially as GIDP in the, all the old men that have the headphones on that are listening to the radio broadcast as they score the game in the crowd.
GIDP. What's GI?
Grounded into double play. That's how so 50 years from now.
So they count the wall as the ground.
It's a part of the ground. It's a part of the grounds is how it's scored. So 50 years from now, when
logic is just thrown out the window, isn't it?
When some 10-year-old like this former kid was reading Brooks Robinson, scorecards, old Orioles scorecards, and literally reading each inning to try to reimagine in my head how it happened. Some kid's going to read an 8-6-2 double play was turned in Milwaukee, and they're going to be like, wait, what? And I take it for granted. A lot of people might not realize, each position is given a distinct number.
Yeah.
So you're starting, right field's 9, center field 8, left field 7.
Yeah.
And then your shortstop is 6, your third baseman 5, second baseman 4, first baseman 3, and then catchers 2, pitchers 1.
Yeah.
So an 8-6-2 double play means the center fielder touched it first, threw to the shortstop, who then threw to the catcher.
Yeah.
And the catcher, Contreras, was smart enough. They beat Teoscar to home to get the force out. And then Contreras ran down to third base. So he got the final out unassisted because the Dodger on second hadn't run to third because he didn't realize what was actually going on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, you mentioned it, it wasn't because the umpire didn't do their job. There was clear, like he busted his ass.
Yeah.
Whoever that outfield umpire was last night.
Yeah, the third. Do they have out, or is that just like the third base umpire running into the outfield?
So in the playoffs, they add 2 additional umps that work that like half. They basically work left field and right field halfway
just
between
catch, like,
third
the
and the wall,
and then
to catch moments like that.
This. Yeah, he did about a 10-second 40 out there, and
he got all the way out there to shallow left.
And the safe call means it was
not caught,
and
it's a live ball.
The awareness of not only the center fielder, who looked like a crazy animal when he turned around to throw it.
What the F just happened?
Yeah.
They got the perfect.
He was just
zoom. He went.
And then for the shortstop to be on the same page.
Yep.
And just absolutely throw a dime to the catcher.
And beat him by a half a second or a fraction of a second.
Shout out to my catchers. It took him a little bit to go run over to third and be like, oh, he didn't run to third. I'm going to catch this double play while everybody's standing around.
That could have, if they hadn't already had one out, they would have turned a triple play.
Yeah. And what was there was one person they showed the Dodgers. I forget who it was, but one person knew exactly what happened because everybody was cheering like, it's going to be out there. And then when he did it, he was like, oh, no. Like, that hit the back of the wall. Like, only one person in the Dodgers realized what was happening.
And that guy will end up being a future manager probably because that's the kind of baseball awareness. You could, as a Brewer fan, it was a wild-ass play, but the fact that the ball hit the palm of his glove and bounced out ended up being better for them. Yeah, although it was also 2 inches from being a grand slam. If it had bounced over, that's a home run.
Yeah, save the run possibly more, you know?
Yeah, because at
that's
minimum,
you can't throw anybody out. Even Bo
No.
Jackson can't throw anybody out.
no,
back
at
there,
minimum,
you
that's
know?
a sack fly.
Yeah.
And then again, it would have, some kid reading the scorecard years from now
Yeah.
would have just read, a sack fly without knowing that it was a game or a home run robbing catch.
You want to know? You
at
want to know what's
404 feet.
You want to know what's real fun? Trying to fill out a baseball card, baseball card, doing all the 8-6-2 double plays in Little League. And I had to do that so we can get all the stats to the kids at the end. Yeah. And you got them running around everywhere, and I'm just like, okay, how do I score this? And I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, pause. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a second for this.
I'm sitting there looking at the ump. I'm literally sitting behind the ump. I'm like, hold up, ump. And he's like, I was like,
what do you want me to write, dude?
I was like, how do you score that, man?
Well, and T-ball, I remember, there's always one kid that just runs all the way around the field, and he's usually the kid playing pitcher in T-ball. So every out is just one unassisted.
It's like the soccer when they're that young. It's just a whole group of people.
They just roam. Yeah, they look like the Hebrews wandering the desert after they left Egypt. Yeah, I think that. I mean, as we're watching Game 2 of that series now, it just feels like the firepower, what are they calling it? Average Joes versus.
Man, I cannot believe they didn't get that last game, dude.
Okay, going back to the letting the pitch hit you.
Yeah.
I say you can't blame the dude because your instinct is to get out of the way, but also. You've seen him be shaky. He's had a rough month. You've got to be telling yourself as you walk into that.
The batting coach has to be telling him, hey, this guy's not in control right now. This guy might hit you.
Stay in the box.
Stay in the box. If you see it coming in tight, just stay in the box. Stay still. You know what I'm saying? That is, for all the good the Brewers did on that one play, that was just ridiculous. I'm like, because when you see a pitcher not have his stuff, especially if he doesn't have his fastball, but his breaking ball is doing good, so you're sitting on breaking ball and you're not really worried about the fastball, you let that thing hit you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bad news bears it.
That's exactly what it is. Sometimes.
The new one, not the racist old one. I don't even know. Someone showed all the clips of movies were just made different back in the
times,
day.
Yeah. And it was probably rated PG, Airplane, where you got full topless shot and
you got an areola.
Yeah, you did, and you got abortion jokes in the first 90 seconds of the movie.
And speaking jive.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No. Again, rated PG and released in 1980. I just hope as we sit here, the Dodgers are winning 3-1 in the top of the 7th.
Yeah.
I hope if the Dodgers end up pulling away in this series and win it, sweep or gentleman's sweep, I hope the narrative doesn't become the series would have been different if Turing had just let the ball hit him, because that's something that can haunt you for
I only believe
for
that
a while.
In a 7-game series, that has to be game 3 or 4.
Yeah, as the series has already established some hierarchy.
And then something happens the center fielder just whiffs on a ball.
Yeah, you wouldn't think the series is being swung in Game 1. Yeah, the unexpected 6'7" guy playing center field. Who could have predicted that would be an issue at some point?
Why?
As far as the other series, not a lot of drama in it so far. 2 games in. Did you see the Blue Jays fan wearing the T-shirt behind home plate in Game 1?
Oh, did he?
So, Cal Raleigh, your nemesis.
He's not my nemesis. He's just not the MVP.
The big dumper, as he is.
I love catchers.
Come to be known. So, some Toronto fan obviously wore a shirt underneath what he wore to get into the stadium. And the shirt underneath had it just had 29 right here, Cal Raleigh's number.
Yeah.
And it was an object, a plug of sorts, that might relate to the fact that Cal Raleigh's nickname is the Big Dumper. And that's all the shirt was. It was a white shirt with the black plug and just the number 29.
I mean, you plug a hole, right?
That's correct. You do. And
it stops
the
things
video
from coming out.
The video of that dude's reaction when Cal Raleigh hit a home run in that game.
Did Cal Raleigh turn around and look at him?
He didn't turn around and look, but the guy clearly was just like, oh, God. Like, yeah, of course. Like that.
Take a Sharpie and
just mark it out. Yeah, the first game, Mariners won that one 3-1. And then last night, mentioning there wasn't much drama there at the end, the Mariners end up winning that one 10-3, taking a 2-0 lead back to Seattle. But I remind people, there was a team in the ALCS in 2023 that lost the first 2 games of that series at home and then went on to win.
Is your hot Rangers take?
It's not a hot. It's just what happened. It's a history lesson of sorts. Not that we have a lot of Toronto fans out there looking for solace from you or I.
No.
But if you want to rush to say this series is over, I think you forget the firepower Toronto has. And it wasn't that long ago that a team did lose the first 2 games at home and then go on to win the series.
I think they just blew their gasket
against the Yankees.
Yeah, against the Yankees because this the division rivals and Guerrero. Like the Guerreros just hate the Yankees, dude. Like the dad, the son, and
good men.
It was just. Yeah, they were awesome. They love every pitch.
Former Ranger Vlad Guerrero.
They never seen a pitch they didn't like. But
they'd hit it like cricket style off the bounce.
Dude, I've seen Vlad Sr. hit one where it was like literally 2 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
It was like a home run. I was like, did he just golf that out of here?
Indeed he did.
But all that, it's like an adrenaline dump. And then you go into Seattle, and let's not forget, Toronto's banged up. They don't have 2 starting pitchers. They don't have Bo Bichette.
Right.
Like Bo Bichette's, he's a difference maker.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in a series where one extra bat would go a long way against this Mariners staff.
So
you mentioned the adrenaline release though.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to the fact that, Toronto ended that series against the Yankees on Wednesday night of last week. Then Thursday they sit with a day off. Friday, they're watching the Mariners-Tigers play a decisive Game 5. That game goes 15 innings. Seattle's hyped. They've got their salmon run that they do, like the sausage run in Milwaukee. They're the salmon it's a running joke. It never wins the race.
Yeah.
The game went so long, they did the 7th inning stretch where they did the first race.
Yeah.
Then they rolled it back out there in the 15th to do a second race. For the first time ever, that specific salmon wins the race. Then they win. There's a lot of just good vibes around Seattle right now, and the foot never came off the gas for them the same way it did Toronto.
And the fact that they got to stay at home.
No, they traveled. Those games were in Toronto.
Those games are in Toronto.
Yeah, well, in Toronto, it stays at home, gets comfortable, has, what was that?
Was that last game in? No, that was in Seattle, was it? Or was it in
that
Detroit?
last Seattle had home field. So you go.
I think Seattle's just an all-around good team with a standout, big bat.
Also underrated pitching staff. The New Braunfels kid that pitched for the Aggies in college, Bryce Miller. He goes in that first game of the series, the 3-1 game, he goes 6 innings, 1 earned run.
Yeah.
And if they can get good starts out of him, that slots in nicely for the rest of their rotation. So Toronto played Wednesday against the Yankees, ended that series, and then was off until Sunday when they played Game 1 against the Mariners. Mariners have the biggest emotional win possibly in franchise history Friday night. You get 1 day off, and you start the next series less than 48 hours after you just won one.
Wasn't it 2003 the last time they went to
I think it was 01.
01.
I think it was 01 when the I think 03 might have been the year where they won like over 100 games.
114 games.
Yeah. I think that was but I think it was 01 where they.
So much talent. The Griffey, A-Rod, Randy.
Edgar, Jay.
Yeah. Ichiro. So much talent.
Mark McLemore, the doctor of defense. It's another former Ranger plug for you there. I was crushed as a kid when he went to the Mariners from the Rangers. That was devastating to the young me. But I do think you're right. The release of adrenaline, emotion, momentum, whatever. There is definitely a psychological difference between the two teams. I don't think it's momentum. I think it's just, again, more of
when you win a big game like that.
It's the exhale. And Seattle hasn't had time to exhale. Isn't that like Waiting to Exhale? Isn't that actually?
Yeah, that's a rom-com.
In Seattle? Or no, that's Sleepless in Seattle. Anyway, dump all that, LG. I think you are onto something there. You have any predictions by the time we get in here? By the time we get in here Thursday, obviously this game, we'll know the winner of this one before we sign off. But tomorrow night,
Ohtani with an RBI right now, so they're up 4-1.
Blue Jays play tomorrow night in Seattle in that Game 3, and then we'll be distracted by both games next Thursday. So
Game 3s are pivotal. I've always
you can't fall down 3-0.
3s and 5s. Those
Toronto's not coming back from a 3-0 hole. They've got to win tomorrow night in Seattle. But God, I can just imagine what that park is going to sound, look, feel like.
Bro, that's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be so loud.
Yeah, shout out to my cousin.
Because of the waves. Remember? It bounced.
Right, the sound. It was so close to the water. Yeah, we went real scientific last time. Shout out to my cousin up there in Seattle, enjoying the hell out of this Mariners run. We've talked enough baseball. Let's. You know what? I tried to tell myself I was going to be better about making notes this time.
Oh yeah, So now we're trying to get in YouTube where you can skip ahead to your favorite segments.
Yeah, and I'll go back and listen to when we started weekend recap there. But let's talk some college football before we get into the Cows, Niners, and the rest of the NFL. Because it was, it was quite compelling. I know if you're on the other side of the Red River, you would probably disagree. But it wasn't just Texas OU that delivered fireworks over the weekend in college football. Mentioned the disappointment of I thought the way North Texas performed Friday night, I had a bad feeling it was going to be an omen for a disappointing. Not that I root for UNT, but I would love to see UNT win that game because they're about to play UTSA.
Not let 63
this week.
Score on
Yeah, that's not a good look at home in front of your biggest crowd ever.
Yeah.
I should mention though, UTSA set their scoring record, almost scored 63. They end up beating Rice 61-13 Saturday night in the Dome. Yeah, it was.
I think they needed that one, man.
Oh, buddy, big time.
Too many close games. With teams you should have beat, teams that were gonna It's just they needed a solid win,
especially going into North Texas now this week. North Texas gives up 63. You score 61. I mean, you can't – obviously, North Texas, that was their first loss of the season, so they're in a better standing situation than UTSA is. But emotions-wise, it feels like they're both coming from separate ends of the extremes.
We're calling it – this is the rival game, right? Or you think it's still Texas State?
So I think Texas State is the one they want to manufacture, the I-35 rivalry. Yeah. It's closer geographically, of course. Obviously never been in the same conference, so there's not a lot of conference bad blood or history there. It makes a lot of logical sense. Also, I think Texas, who's the rival, OU or A&M? I think you can have two.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense that it's cool to me that Texas State is shaping up to be, that's the non-conference rival.
Yeah.
That's the one that we hopefully will play every year if money doesn't get in the way when Texas State goes to the Pac, whatever the new Pac-12 is. But I think in terms of what dictates a successful season for UTSA, that's where UNT is the rival.
Yeah.
That's where, they have to beat UNT to appear in conference championship games.
Because they're usually ranked a little higher than
They're
them.
usually right there fighting for that same representation to get into the conference championship game. So it was nice to see UTSA get not just back in the winning column, but in an absolutely demonstrative and demolishing fashion as they did over Rice. But the story of the day, unless you're from Bloomington, Indiana, the story of the day was absolutely the UT mini revival at the fairgrounds up in Dallas Saturday afternoon.
Arch Manning, they're starting, you see him rolling out the pocket? You see him running a little bit more?
So I think it was very clear that Sark intentionally was removing some of the pressure. He might have given Arch too much to start with and was peeling back some of that pressure that comes with the way he was calling games, even up until last week in the swamp in Florida. I mean, the way he switched, and also it helps that Quintravion Wisner was back healthy. Well, pseudo as healthy enough to play and be an impact player. It wasn't huge rushing numbers, but timely rushes.
Yeah,
a lot of rushes for first down on third down. That takes the pressure off your quarterback. The way you mentioned, getting Arch more mobile. I saw Bob Sturm from up there in DFW tweeted out a montage of 7 plays in the second half from Arch that really showed exactly what we're talking about. That you don't have to do everything to play winning football. Yeah. Especially not. And I watching the game Saturday afternoon, I had a lot of flashbacks to young first year Colt McCoy.
Yeah, because it's following Vince Young, and now he's sitting there trying to
do everything, trying to do too much. It's all moving too fast. Arch, as
not looking away safeties. And
even though Arch has the last name of Manning, Arch was playing a pretty low-level, small, private school Louisiana football. I played basketball against Colt because we were both small school, good basketball programs. Him out at Jim Ned, and they were. He was dominant. The 2A football. Yeah, Colt McCoy dominant at Jim Ned, no challenge whatsoever. Was the only quarterback in Mac Brown's smallest recruiting class because Mac was like, I know we're close. I only need 13. I think it was 13 scholarship players. Which is insane in these days. That would never happen. But Colt being the one quarterback that Mac identified, wanted, took. Some of the parallels are out, and then of course you get the media narrative of, well, Colt has taken Arch under his wing the last few weeks and is really going out of his way to mentor him more and talk to him on the phone. And so you're going to get the fabricated narrative. But I think if you grew up with watching Vince to Colt, you grew up watching Colt's early years and then what he ended up becoming at the time when he graduated, winningest quarterback ever in college football history. Until I think he broke. I
thought that was old buddy up in 5 years in
he
OU.
Broke homeboy, the Georgia quarterback. I think was the one that ended up passing him.
Oh, the one who who basically got 6 years in.
Yeah, because that was always a fun fact.
McIntyre?
That I would always throw out there. So it was Kellen. It was Keelan. Kellen Moore ended up passing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kellen at Boise ended up passing both of them. Yeah. The Georgia kid too. No, it was like Mark Green or someone that I can't remember his first name, but David Green. It was David Green. So it went. Peyton had 39 career wins. David Green had 42. And then Colt passed David Green to get to 45. Andy Dalton ended up getting up to 42 with those good TCU teams. And then Kellen Moore got all the way to 50. Kellen Moore was 50-3 when he was the starting quarterback at Boise State. Like those Boise State teams were so fun. Beating OU in the Fiesta Bowl with Jared
the
Simbransky.
Statue of Liberty play.
Yeah, and then he proposes to his cheerleader girlfriend. College football is the best. But back to the Red River game. Obviously,
the real star was the Texas defense.
No question. And the fact that OU has now not scored a touchdown in that game in 3 of the last 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. The Texas defense shows up for that game.
Dude.
And except for the years where they let Quentin Griffin rush for 9 touchdowns and OU score, or Jason White starts his Heisman campaign and they score 60 points.
When do you sit the guy who just had surgery on his thumb 2 weeks ago?
Dude, that's pretty crazy.
Do you really want to win that game, or are you just saying, hey, we'll chalk this up a loss, we'll still make the playoffs if we run the table?
I thought there might have been – so you go back and think about the game in terms of halves. At halftime, Texas fans were thinking, how the hell are we going to score in this game? I mean, we're not – our defense is going to keep us in it, but we're not going to be able – to do enough offensively to actually come out ahead. I mean, it was a 6-3 game at halftime.
Yeah.
And the Texas offense was showing no signs. And granted, it ended up not being the Texas offense that scored the points they needed. It was the Ryan Niblett punt return.
Yeah.
That should have had a block in the back called. Extremely blatant.
My buddy's a Sooner fan.
I sympathize.
He brought that up.
I sympathize with him. It should have been called. There's no question.
There was many block in the back calls.
I think it was because enough of the Texas guys did the running screen where they just hold their hands up and run by. Like, I'm not blocking. That the refs were too focused on the 2 guys doing that they completely missed the other guy that just straight textbook block in the back.
Blindsided him.
But, Texas comes out, scores 10 points there in that third quarter, and all of a sudden it's the OU fans that are asking themselves, how in the hell are we going to score against this defense? They've got enough points now to potentially win the game, and then, of course, the punt return pretty much puts it away. But I think at the most it quiets critics for 5 days.
Yeah.
It's, Texas now, I think the best you can say is their season isn't over, but it's far from saved.
Because they still got to play Georgia, right?
Oh, dude, yeah. And even before that, I mean, I know it's no
Georgia didn't impress me too much.
No, we're going to talk about them against Auburn there. Everyone makes a big deal about every week in the SEC. You could have an upset because the schedule's so tough. The bigger thing is Texas playing a road game scares me right now.
Oh.
I don't consider the Cotton Bowl's not a road game. I mean, it's the perfect split, 50-50.
Yeah, but you're still it's the Texas State Fair.
You're traveling and you're still in Texas soil. Texas travels to Kentucky, then travels to Mississippi State. We've seen Mississippi State look dangerous, Kentucky not so much.
Yeah.
And then they host Vanderbilt before that Georgia game. So Texas goes out, beat Kentucky, beat Mississippi State, beat Vandy, and then you're 7-2 going into that Georgia game against a Georgia team that you mentioned has looked incredibly rocky at times despite the 5-1 record.
Yeah, their offense is just not clicking, You don't see the 50 burgers that they used to put up.
Well, and you also know the SEC is going to protect Kirby Smart and Georgia and allow him to call timeouts.
They did with Saban, and all of a sudden Saban's sitting there asking for a yellow flag and gets it.
It's amazing. Or Kirby is literally giving the timeout sign right to the official and then telling the official, "I didn't call timeout."
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I was saying they were clapping.
I was scratching my
hand. I just
hand.
I had an itchy palm. I'm just
like
scratching.
this.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but that whole embarrassing series of events is not the biggest reason Georgia won that game, of course. Yeah. But I think a much bigger way the SEC, at this point, I don't know if it's the SEC protecting Georgia or if it's the SEC screwing Auburn.
Yeah.
Because you remember Auburn had what looked like a fumble against OU that they returned for a touchdown. That got called back. The OU gets away with the trick play that shouldn't have been allowed.
Yeah.
Score a touchdown on that. That's 2 touchdowns in the game that Auburn, 2 touchdown swing there. And then did you see the replay of the goal line fumble in the Auburn-Georgia game? Okay. So we have perfect, pylon cam right down the line. The Auburn quarterback, if you put a straight line up from the goal line, I mean, to the blind eye, it sure as hell looks like he has the ball like this, and it looks like he's over the line, and then a Georgia player knocks it out. Georgia recovers the fumble, and Auburn,
We'll go into later about how it seems like the powers to be will. And
I knew this was coming.
Put a finger on the scale.
They end up taking like 20 minutes to review the play and then eventually say it was a fumble, no touchdown.
Yeah.
But I agree. Georgia ends up, what was the final score of that game? It was like
20-10.
20-10, yeah. So they're not putting a lot of points on the board and seemingly getting all of the good breaks right now. But from the Texas perspective, you've got 3 weeks. You got 3 games to take care of business. If that Georgia game is going to be meaningful, you got to take care of business these next 3 games.
Let's run through the other ones real quick to move on. Like Indiana continues to show out.
They show they belong.
Yeah, beats Oregon
on the road.
Only lets them put up 20, which is amazing in their own stadium.
And the 20 Oregon put up, the final 7 of that was a pick 6 that Mendoza threw.
Yeah, they were dominated the whole game.
And then they went on to score 17 unanswered points to close Oregon out there. Indiana's for real.
Yeah, they're for real.
And Kurt Cignetti is a hell of a coach.
Yeah, and they probably got the best linebacker in the league right now.
They might have the best quarterback.
Yeah. Ole Miss squeaks one out against Washington State. That was surprisingly a good game.
That was a rough look for the Ole Miss student section. Not a lot of turnout for the Washington State game. Hopefully that's different this week. They've got a big one.
And then A&M beats Florida. I think it was a close game until halftime, and then they broke it open. Solid for the Aggies.
I got something for you on that one. Did you see the College Station, the A&M police report?
No, what was that?
So every game, the Texas A&M police release a running Twitter thread of all the different arrests or citations they make on campus at the stadium because they want attention because we're doing bits, wacky bits on social.
Yeah, when you're ruining people's lives.
Get ready for this one. This one they might, you know me, I'm not quick to say this. They might have saved someone's life with this one.
Buddy.
Here's the police account. Public intoxication, Aggie Park, contacted subject eating a sandwich with a water jug of whiskey. It turns out he was eating a pimento cheese sandwich and just had a water, like a milk carton of whiskey that he's just taking pulls off of.
What is he thinking? He's like put sweet tea in there or something, dude. Come on, man.
His blood alcohol content was 0.337.
Yeah, that's about right.
0.4 is like borderline fatal.
Oh,
so he got a citation, but he was.
Them Texas boys know how to drink them whiskey.
He was released to EMS. Unfortunately, we don't get any kind of follow up for HIPAA, because of HIPAA laws. Also, though, he could have just literally taken a pull out of the jug.
Did he do a breathalyzer or did he get this blood drawn?
It was a breathalyzer. So he had probably just taken a pull and then blows. But still, you see 0.337.
I used to have a breathalyzer I played with because
they're fun.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, they're fun.
I'd sit there and like take a shot of tequila and then like blow it, and it's like 0.45. And it's like, oh my god, I'm dead.
I'm dead. Everyone in McKinney is dead.
Yeah, but Alabama squeaks one out against Missouri. I don't think this is the same Alabama team. I think they're going to be a one and done in the playoffs.
I think you can say that about. It wouldn't surprise me if Missouri wins out and all of a sudden Missouri's in the play. It's a weird year, which I love it. It's why I love it.
Texas Tech solidly handles Kansas. They're for real.
Yeah, but did you see they got called for another tortilla penalty?
Oh, God.
And Joey Maguire, he's not. Last year, he got on the PA system and said, y'all got to stop. I get it, but you got to stop throwing because the Big 12 is penalizing them now.
Yeah.
Second week in a row. It's going to come back to haunt Tech,
throwing
unfortunately.
tortillas on the field.
It's the tradition. Never quit. Get your guns up, throw your tortillas, but just know it's probably going to come at a cost eventually.
Yeah. LSU wins against South Carolina. Tennessee wins against Arkansas. Georgia Tech wins against Virginia Tech. USC.
Georgia Tech, undefeated still.
I know, that is crazy.
Crazy year, yeah.
Craziness. USC beats Michigan. Michigan does not look like it's going to win that.
No.
You know, what's the bowl? What they call it?
Well, they're going to be playing in the Alamo Bowl probably.
No, what was
or they'll be
Michigan
in the
and
Gator
Ohio
Bowl.
State.
Oh, the big game.
The big game.
Yeah.
I thought it was called something special, like the Red River Rivalry.
I think that's just it.
Yeah.
That Michigan kid too, Underwood, that true freshman quarterback, kind of like Arch. Let's be patient.
Yeah.
He's a stud, but let's be patient.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
And then, that's about it for
the only other one I had for you, where was it? So Penn State. They lose in double. Penn State was in the Final Four last year.
Oh, yeah. And they lost
They
again.
lose 3 weeks ago in double overtime to Oregon for their first loss of the season. They travel the next week, lose to UCLA on the road.
Yeah.
20-something point favorites and lose. And then they come back last Saturday and lose at home to Northwestern 22-21. And James Franklin wakes up without a job at the end of the weekend.
Fired.
Second biggest buyout now in college football history behind Jimbo. I think Jimbo's, they ended up negotiating down to like 70-something million.
Yeah.
Franklin's is like 40, upwards, high 40, 47 million, something like that. A lot of money to be paid to just go away. But yeah, that's the only other thing I had on college football. You want to jump into some NFL now?
Let's do some NFL.
All right. Let me. I'm doing better here. I'm actually getting my times down.
Yeah.
Let's go 9:26, and
we want to go start with cow notes.
Yeah, we'll start with cow notes. Look, I don't know what you want me to say. I thought about it all weekend as I sat there and watched the way that fourth quarter played out Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
This is my giant takeaway so far through 6 weeks. This is the least complimentary football team I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Nothing they do compliments each other.
They're almost last in every category except for rush yards allowed, and they're 25th.
Very low percentage.
But I thought Jerry told us
and Jerry goes on.
Kenny Clark was going to be the solving all the run defense needs.
He goes on his radio show and says, "We got the players we need that can win. I know we can do it. We're just having bad breaks. We just need these players can be a solid defense," which is, man.
Well, and in the same radio interview, he also said, "But I'm open to trading for defensive guys to shore up the unit because we're all in. We're not giving up on this season." Look, I've long ago promised myself that I wouldn't make everything a Jerry Jones bitch fest.
You weren't supposed to talk about him
because you don't get anywhere. I saw those quotes. Like, you can't escape it. When I say least complimentary, it's obviously the offense averages 29.6 points a game so far this season. The defense gives up 30 points. Actually, I think it's 29.7, and the defense gives up 30.7.
Yeah.
Because it technically rounds up to 0.7, not 0.6. So the offense scores 30, and the defense gives up 31. Least complimentary football team ever. The offense scores too fast because they're really good. And they've got big plays from guys like George Pickens.
Yeah.
And the defense gets no rest and immediately goes out and gives up a long drive that keeps your offense off the field for 7 to 10 minutes.
Rico Daddle with over 250 scrimmage yards.
Least complimentary football team ever.
Yeah.
The only part of this team that complements each other is the special teams of Turpin getting a big return, Dak only having to get 1 first down, and then Brandon Aubrey being able to kick it from midfield. That's the only complementary piece of the whole thing. That's it. And when you talked about the rushing game, or Javonte Williams, who's been great for him.
Yeah.
Last week I did a whole 5 minutes talking about how Clayton Adams might be a one and done coordinator because his run scheme has looked like he's making chicken salad out of chicken S so far. But that was all chicken S. We're back to where was the unique run design? The Panthers.
He was going to land back to earth.
The Panthers were 14th in run defense going into that game. Now, granted, the week before they had only given up 29 rushing yards, but the Cowboys only mustered 31 rushing yards and averaged 1.6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Least complimentary football team. When you needed it there in the fourth quarter, look at the last two possessions of the game. The Cowboys' final possession. They go 3 and out. All of a sudden, Shoddy falls in love with the screen game.
Yeah.
Dak doesn't take any chances throwing the ball downfield. You get a loss of 5 on the first screen. The second one looked like Dak was trying to throw it away, but Javonte Williams catches it. That's a loss of 8. And then I think it was a completion to Hunter Lipke just as a dump off under pressure, nothing downfield. 3 and out on the final possession. So when the offense Shoddy knew that you can't rely on your defense to get a stop.
Yeah.
The defense had actually, on the Panthers' penultimate possession, second to last possession, they do force a 3 and out for the first time all day. And you're like, oh, that's it. That the defense for the first time, possibly this entire season, has complemented the offense. They got the 3 and out. Now all the offense has to do is grind clock, go down, scoring drive.
But the Panthers decide to go for it on the 4th down.
Yeah, and a lot of questions of Deron Bland, soft coverage on that.
Yeah.
Apparently, out of the Star, they're explaining it.
That was a hell of a throw, man.
It was a great throw, but it was also an obvious read of what he was going to do. There's only one route he's running out of that.
Yeah.
Out of the Star, they were saying possibly Kenneth Murray was the intended defender to get over to enter, to cut that off, to shut that route off, and that's why Bland was playing softer off the line. But again, that doesn't make sense because
but that's coming off a timeout.
He can't cover that.
You're coming
Murray
off a timeout.
Can't get over there.
You're telling me the defensive coordinator can't have all this like shirt up to make sure everybody knows their job because that was coming off a timeout.
It was. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're going to see what they're going to do. Make sure you, the coaching is spotty. The, defense and coordinator should be fired. I
don't know if you, I mean, obviously I'm not excited about what I've seen from Eberflus so far. But I also, again, let's go back to and look at everything he designed for 6 weeks.
Yeah, it was
for 6 months. Designing this defense was based on having one of the 3 best game records flying off the edge 60% of the time.
So here's the definition of insanity.
Yes,
you think Jerry's going to sign Micah. You think he's going to do the right thing, and then and you scheme up for Jerry to do the right thing and sign Micah. No, man, you need to have that plan B. Jerry's going to Jerry, and he's not going to sign Micah Parsons. What can I do if we don't get him?
And that's why I completely agree with you. But
Michael Parsons.
Also think there's still 6 weeks into it. You're not going to have it figured out because we're just now at the amount of time that it took for you to get everyone on the same page all through training camp and preseason.
Yeah.
So at this point, let's talk trades. Since Jerry entertained the idea, what's more appropriate from a Cowboys perspective? Go out and trade for some kind of defense. It doesn't have to be Hendrickson. Doesn't have to be the big name, but some kind of potential edge upgrade to replace some of the scheme that was intended to be Micah Parsons driven. Get someone that can help because we'll talk about the defensive end rotation here in a second. It's nowhere close to serviceable right now.
Yeah.
Is it better from a Cowboys perspective to try to get that piece or to entertain the idea of trading George Pickens, who's a pending free agent? Because here's the deal. I can already tell you what Jerry does with Pickens. He tells you franchise tag. We're going to franchise tag you for 1 year. Pickens holds out. And then either Jerry caves or Pickens is able to force his way out of Dallas at about the same time Micah did. Because I think I wouldn't have entertained it 2 weeks ago after the Bears loss.
2 weeks.
But at this point, if you're telling me someone makes a crazy trade for the guy that is tied for receiving touchdowns lead in the NFL, is second for the most 25-plus yard receptions, third in receiving yards, tied for third in first down receptions. If someone wants to overpay for George Pickens right now, add it to the collection of picks you got for Micah, because this thing is closer to being cooked. They're in the ass category.
Yeah.
They're in the ass category.
And we're talking
They're
about
not
it.
the fringe. I think the idea of trades, I'm more interested in what can we get for Pickens now than I am for how much to give up for Hendrickson.
So did they drop 2 categories or did they drop 1? Because you were talking pretty high last week.
No, they have never come close to. They've been fringe at best, and actually, the Bears game, Bears game was ass category as well.
Okay.
So trust me, I'm not. Bears 31, Cows 14 in the ass column. I'm not over hyping them based on where I wish they were. I'm very realistic about where this thing is, which is why, seriously, let's see what Pickens can bring. I would get that contract signed today. Yeah. But Jerry's not going to do that because that doesn't drive attention in the offseason. He's going to drag it all out, same way he did CD, same way he did Micah. And Pickens knows that because, again, Pickens has the same agency as Micah. Yeah. He's seen what he knows. He's here. He's been here less than 6 months.
Agents already we're not dealing with them.
1,000%. Yeah. You mentioned the Rico awesome game.
Yeah.
183 rushing yards, 56 yards receiving, and a receiving touchdown. LG, do you have that screenshot of what the Cowboys defense looked like on one of those Rico Dowdle runs? Because the roommate, when she saw this picture, it immediately became the roommate 1 yard challenge. Could my wife rush for 1 yard against that kind of defensive effort?
Oh, she goes 5.
Dude, that is when she might average 8 like Breece Hall did last week for the lowly Jets. When they literally say an 18-wheeler could drive through that hole, it very rarely is true. It's just an expression.
Do you think Rico took Chuba's job?
An 18-wheeler could drive through that hole we're showing right now on screen. I think if you're the Panthers, you got to stick with the hot hand.
Yeah.
Because if it had just been against the Cowboys, you might have been able to say motivation to stick it to. Yeah. And he also in postgame said they didn't buckle up. I told them to buckle up. They didn't buckle up. He gets to talk it because he put it out there on tape.
I love it.
But I think that, again, the Bob Henry, UTSA's running back, would rush for 200 yards against that kind of defensive effort. And no slight to Bob Henry. I mean, he's going to be an NFL running back, but that's not good. Well, that's not good.
I'll tell you
that's not good at all.
I'll tell you another team that's sliding. That would be my Niners.
Hold on. I do have winners and losers for you real quick. Because
is there a winner?
Pickens, 168 yards on 9 catches and a touchdown, increasing his trade value. Rico, who we talked about. Eberflus, the defensive coordinator, because Jerry endorsed him, said he has his full commitment. There's no one I'd rather have running this defense. He also said that in the radio interview you referenced. Turpin, who's showing his value while he's out injured, because the Cowboys have no return game without him.
Yeah,
Turpin
he
showing
is an elite returner.
He is absolutely the best returner in the NFC, at least. He's no Devin Hester, as we referenced earlier. DeMarvion Overshown, he's a winner because he's getting lifted up as as soon as we get Overshown back, it's going to solve a lot of these issues. I think that also makes Overshown in the losers column as well, because that level of pressure for a guy coming back from catastrophic knee injury, that's not going to be the solution. And then the final winner, I've said it multiple times and I'll say it again. Third leg Greg is the most enjoyable listen of any broadcast. I don't think he's the best at it.
It was him and RG3, man. I like
RG3 is off the right. Did you hear he dropped the N-bomb on the broadcast?
Yeah.
Like RG3 is wild, man. He's wild. Third leg Greg, he will rap on you from the 7th floor crew. I love the way he breaks down football in a way where someone like watching the game with the roommate, she hears Greg say something. She's like, "Oh, I just learned something," and I hear Greg something and like, "Oh, I hadn't actually thought about that." So like he's delivering really good analysis and explanation of what you're seeing at levels where everybody is getting something out of it. Yeah. And I think that's it's
showing
a shame.
his inside knowledge versus explaining, blocking schemes and like defensive schemes and all sorts of stuff.
I would much rather listen to Greg Olson do a game than Tom Brady. And it's a shame that third leg has to be on the second.
Especially Tony
second.
Romo, too.
God. Well, yeah, that's a whole nother. Loser, Clayton Adams, we mentioned, obviously. The running back rotation. Now, with Miles Sanders out, Jaden Blue's not giving you anything through the 2 games he's been active. And Javonte Williams had his struggles. He wasn't able to turn any of those 1-yard rushes into 4-yard gains like he had been and keep the chains moving, keep them from getting too far behind on early downs. Other loser, the Xavier Legette, when he had the pitch. Did you see that one? When he's about to get tackled and he tries to pitch it to Rico. It's a losing play. It's bad, but I also was like, hell yeah. Like this is the kind of football player I would try to be instead of going down just, there's a dude, I'm going to pitch it to him like it's backyard football. And then final loser, the defensive end rotation. And we've talked about this before, like PFF grades. They don't mean a whole lot out of context. Yeah. But when you look at them as a collection or as a group, you can kind of see some hierarchy developing. And I say all of that because Donovan Ezeraku was the Cowboys' highest PFF graded player on the defensive side of the ball. He ends up getting the most snaps of any of the DNs, but he doesn't start. Cowboys go with Marshawn Nealon and Dante Fowler as the starter. Nealon, still coming back from knee injury, only gets 20 snaps. Fowler only gets 18. And then you've got Ezeraku, first guy rotating in, 38 snaps, most snaps of any of them. But then Sam Williams still getting 37 snaps. That play that we showed, that giant hole that Rico was running through, Sam Williams is getting his ass demolished, so to speak, by a wide receiver blocking him. Yeah. Your edge rusher, who's playing the second most amount of snaps amongst that group, and only 1 snap less than the guy that had your highest grade. So we're talking negligible difference there. Yeah. He's getting dominated by wide receivers in the run game, but still getting 37 snaps. And I know James Houston is more of a third down specialist, only a pass rusher, but he's got to get on the field more than 14 snaps. He's leading this bad defense in sacks.
Why are you going so in-depth on the worst defense in the league?
Because I'm a Cowboy fan, and I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans that want to try
5 minutes of explaining Cowboy snaps.
I think there's a lot of people that want to understand why this thing actually is so bad. And when you talk about the things like, okay, Eberflus can't change the personnel he has, okay? But he can change the snap count of the guys that he does have. Yeah. Kind of like we were talking, like the Kenneth Murray, or now let's add Donovan Wilson to that group. Kyer Elam, who had a bad penalty to keep the drive alive.
So when I say he doesn't know how to manage the players' snap counts, get him out of there.
Again, that's... 3 weeks till the trade deadline.
All right,
Let's see
man.
if Jerry gives him anything. But that's all I got for you on the Cowboys.
Give them hope. Give them hope. Just like I still might have some hope for my Niners. If I can go 1 week without a catastrophic injury, I will be a happy man because arguably the greatest defensive player in the league right now went down with a dislocated ankle in one Fred Warner, who's respected across the board.
Oh, we suck again.
Not quite, but everybody in the NFL will vote him as the best linebacker in the league. His knowledge, his ways, calls the defense, the way he controls it, his effort, the way he puts up, like he does what he said, like if he's going to tell someone to do it, he's showing them that he's doing the same thing with them. He's the ultimate leader. And he was what just kills me is I took a screenshot that Warner needed 5 tackles to pass Patrick Willis as the all-time leading San Francisco Niners.
Oh, Ole Miss legend Patrick Willis.
Yeah, and retired early to be the all-time tackles leader. And he gets a dislocated ankle, and it showed throughout that game of missed, wide open receivers.
No question he's out the rest of the year.
Oh,
right?
yeah, no question. Yeah, it was actually, there was a dislocation and a fracture.
So I saw this number over the weekend and thought of you. This is the most salary cap dollars that are currently on injured reserve or dead money. So like guys that are still paying, like we were talking about the Browns quarterbacks, they're still paying and all that dead money. So the 49ers are first with $154.7 million on injured reserve or in dead money right now.
And that's, you got Ayuk, Bosa, and Warner.
And the Browns are second at 125.9. So a gap from 154 to 125.9. And then the Browns, who we've documented are terribly mismanaged, the gap from the Browns to the Dolphins is 108.7. So if you let's remove the fact that the Browns are so horribly run, that they have that much dead money, remove all of that and just compare the 49ers to the next closest team, not the Browns.
Yeah.
That is a $46 million difference between what you and the Dolphins, what the Niners and the Dolphins have on injured reserve. Just insanely bad injury luck. And the guys that are getting paid the most money, like you said, Bosa, Warner.
Yeah, and you want to talk, you can't wait for the trade deadline? I can't wait for the trade deadline to see what we're doing. But our second round pick, Nick Martin, needs to step up and be that man. And
speaking of step, I got another video for you when you want it.
I know that. I was like, I thought he was injured too.
It looked,
I was like, I can't believe this is happening. But we go against, I want to say, the NFC. The Tampa Bay can I think they can make it all the way. They have a real shot at going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Why? Why not?
Yeah, so the fact that we had it to into the fourth quarter, we needed possessions. We really saw the holes of Mac Jones, where his mobility and elusiveness that the one Brock Daniel Purdy has.
Bite down.
He just was back there getting bull rushed, and he couldn't get out the pocket. And they were throwing blitz after blitz after blitz. Todd Bowles, get it. He's known for that. He turned up the pressure at the end.
Yeah, he's pretty good at his job.
Yeah, but man, it just kills me that we're gonna rally. I still see us making the playoffs.
So you're still a playoff team right now, right?
Yeah,
I think y'all are one of the wild, because I was actually already.
I think we moved from contender.
Oh, no, you're still first in the NFC West.
Yeah, we're still first because we got the 3-0, whatchamacallit. We've beaten 3 division teams.
Right, but the Rams and Seahawks are both 4-2 like
Yeah.
y'all, but you've got NFC West has 3
But
playoff
we get Purdy back next week, we get Kittle back next week, and we might get Mustafa back as a safety next week. 3 huge pieces. And Ayuk is not far behind. We also get Pearsall back.
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky. So the offense needs to start putting up Cowboy numbers because we can't rely on the defense to keep the other teams under 20 like we have been. Because we were in the top 10 of the defense. But it really showed how much of a game record Bosa was. And then now we're going to see how much of a game manager and just absolute the best at his position go down and how that affects us.
Are you hoping you see investment before the trade deadline?
There's a couple of them out there. I'm not looking for Trey Hendrickson because I just feel like Cincinnati's going to want too much for him. And Bosa will come back, and he will be a Niner, and he will be a game wrecker like he always is. Fred Warner will be back as well. D. Winters is stepping up to be that man. You know, that this is his 3rd year, and he took it was supposed to be him and Nick Martin, because Nick Martin's OSU was the big 12 player of the year before he got injured and sat all year. That's why he dropped to the 2nd round. Now he just needs to have that knowledge. His coverage lacks. He doesn't pick up coverage as well. So people running across the middle, he lets them open. But Cam Jordan out of New Orleans.
Yeah, that's the name.
I like.
That's kind of what I was thinking with the Cowboys. If they do that, Jerry's going to go after Hendrickson, but Cam Jordan's the guy I would think for y'all.
Miami's edge rusher vet.
Yeah, they're about to start selling.
Yeah, who am I thinking of? It's common. He's a big
Bradley Chubb.
Yeah. Chubb. I would be eager to think that one.
Another name that's floated a lot.
Obviously the Jets have. The one I saw was Thibodeau with the Giants.
I don't know. The Giants might be in the NFC East race again.
Yeah, because we have Juwan Jennings yelling at Coach Shanahan in the first half when, come on, we're the Niners. We don't do that clown crap. You know what I'm saying?
Also, didn't he have a couple drops too?
Yeah.
And
so did Kenneth. So did Kenneth Bourne, Kendrick Bourne. And so did Demarius Robinson. But we went right back to them, and they made huge plays, and they kept making huge plays for us. So we will give you a chance, and that's what Juwan Jennings just needs. He had some crucial, third and 1. That was his name. We always counted on him for 3rd down, 3rd and 1.
That's pretty great.
You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty great.
So he just needs.
I would never say that, but that's pretty great.
Yeah, that's he needs. He wanted his money, but he agreed to a 2-year contract to show what he's got, and now he thought he was going to be the second wide receiver 2. I'm sorry, Pearsall's got that job locked down.
Sure looks like it.
You know what I'm saying? And now we got Kendrick Bourne, who's looking outstanding, but he had that chemistry with Mac Jones over in New England. Let's see if he can pick up that chemistry with Purdy.
Mike Jones.
So we'll see, man. We got to bounce back. We're getting some offensive weapons. I'm wearing my Targaryen hat today because I just want to burn everything down. Rest in peace, King Fred Warner.
He's not dead. His ankle's just dead
this season.
He's dead money for now. You say all of that in such a depressing manner as you sit there as the 3 seed in the NFC right now.
I know.
So I had it on my notes. The AFC playoff spots look pretty locked in and clear. I know it's only week 6 going into week 7, but the NFC is jumbled 1 through 13. So just here's your teams 1 through 13. Bucks 5-1. Packers with the weird ass 3-1-1, and then all of these teams are 4-2. Niners, Eagles, Seahawks, Lions, Rams. Falcons beat the Bills last night. They're not 4-2, but they're 3-2.
Yeah.
Bears beat the Commanders last night. They're not 4-2, but they're 3-2.
Yeah.
Vikings were on a bye. They're 3-2. And then you get to the Panthers, who are now back to 500. They're 3-3, still in the ass column.
Yeah.
Commanders.
They just played the Cowboys.
Commanders 3-3. That puts them in the fringe column with the Bears. We'll go through all the games. And then
fumbling the ball at the end.
You have, but like even that, the Panthers and the Commanders have the same record right now through 6 games.
Yeah.
I don't think who had that.
It's not sustainable, but like that should have been Washington's game. I'm not even gonna go.
No question. We're about to burn through all the games. On the AFC side, Colts 5-1, Steelers 4-1, and then here's your 4-2 teams on the AFC. So you just heard us list basically every team from 3 to 10.
Yeah, who had the Colts and the Steelers being like,
as the number 2 seeds in the AFC? Number 3 seed 4-2, Chargers. Patriots 4-2, Bills 4-2, Jags 4-2, Broncos 4-2, and then basically the only other teams in the AFC right now that look like they really have playoff potential: Chiefs 3-3, who we're about to talk about. I know that's where you're wanting to go. I don't know if it's just the one game against the Lions or if it's the stupid UTEP study that is indoctrinating our kids, our college kids.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Good. Sorry I brought it up.
Now I'm interested.
Chiefs are, I'll tell you about it. The Chiefs are 3-3, and they're the first team out of the playoffs. The only other team besides them, the Texans, are 2-3. And the only reason I say the Texans have hope is because surely the Colts aren't going to be the 15-2 Vikings team of last year, even though everything they've done suggests that's exactly who they might be. But after the Texans, these are your next teams. Bengals 2-4, Raiders 2-4, Ravens 1-5, Dolphins, Browns, Titans all 1-5, and then Jets 0-6. You have the Chiefs as the first team out, and then maybe if the Texans catch the Colts and win the division. Every other playoff team is locked in, barring massive injury or complete free fall. But then even that free fall would require the Texans or Bengals or Raiders to get hot to try to get past any of those. Like, I don't know. The AFC looks like all the drama is gone. The NFC is going to be wild ass, but the AFC not so much. Let's go around the league real quick before we get to the lightning round. The Thursday night game from last week. Yeah, what the hell, Giants? 34-17 over the Eagles. The Eagles have serious problems. We're still putting them in the contenders category because Vegas has them in the contender category, but they have fallen precipitously.
That was not an eagle. That
so
was
the
like
Eagles,
dying,
it was.
That was a dying chicken.
That was a Idaho national bald eagle, if I have ever heard one myself. I haven't, so I'm guessing. Yeah. The Eagles now are all the way down to the 5th best Super Bowl odds, but the gap between them at 5 and the Rams at 6 is still wider than the gap between them.
So the Rams jumped the Niners?
Rams jumped the Niners, yeah. I think the injury, the Warner injury, I mean, that Vegas really pays attention to personnel availability. Elsewhere in the contender category, Packers handle the Bengals in Joe Burrow's debut, 27-18 in that one. And then last night, Falcons beat the Bills behind Bijan. Is Bijan the second?
He has the best cuts in the league, just like Saquon said.
It's nasty.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he loves Saquon loves some of him. But
I'm gonna be on. He was honest and said Bijan. I've
never seen someone blitz damn near every down. Like that game, man. Josh Allen was just under pressure the whole time, and when you don't, it seems like when you're MVP, you're always one of the favorites. It seems like you would get some calls. If you want to cue up that picture for me there, if you want to cue up that video for me. Lawrence.
No one told me.
Yeah,
how do we have?
I texted you.
How do you have video?
Cue up the video because you think that someone
of the league conducting conspiracy theories.
Yeah, because they're a marketable team. Bills Mafia MVP. We always see them like is the Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady feud. You think they would be consistent. You know, they would want both of them in the game. But then, are we ready, LG? Then we get calls like this, where it goes one way for one team and another way for another. That's a catch on the top.
That shouldn't have been a catch. I agree with you.
And that's not a catch on the bottom. Both of them reviewed by New York. And they sat there and said, no, we're giving the Chiefs that. Nope, we're not going to give the Bills that.
Look, I agree. I'd like to see the rest of – I don't remember that Bills play specifically. I'd like to see how that –
He popped it back up into his arm after that. That was the closest it was to the turf.
So it really never touched the turf?
No.
After where it strategically cuts off there?
Strategically cuts off.
Just pointing it out.
That was kind of suspect there.
It is a little sus.
Oh, man. I saw it real time, and I'm like, dude, that's a catch. I was like,
watching that Chiefs one in real time, how was that ruled a catch?
I agree. One hand off. It's like,
the ground,
he has control with that one hand. How do we know that?
No,
we're missing like 3 seconds of video, like the Epstein video.
Yeah, there is. I'd like to see what happened to that jail cell.
It doesn't. It just cuts off for a minute. Like, what's wrong with
that?
Nothing's happened.
Nothing bad could happen in a minute.
I mean, what can you do in 60 seconds in a jail cell?
Exactly. Just ask the former lead singer of Lost Prophets.
As we see, the refs and umpires can control the narrative.
So that is direct. That's even worse to me because that's league office, league review.
Yeah.
Like both.
That kills me.
That shouldn't have been a catch. And I think if you watch every single NFL game,
you think they wanted the Chiefs to be 2-4?
Has a moment where you say, the Auburn game, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
How the hell do you not rule that a touchdown? How do you rule that a catch? Like I still may be naive to say I don't think it's narrative driven from the league top down.
Oh, a capitalist industry that's there to make money, and their most sellable player, Patrick Mahomes,
and you know what
doesn't make the playoffs? It's the same reason why Tom Brady used to get calls.
Why isn't WWE worth more than the NFL? That would kill the NFL if it got out that the league was manipulating outcomes. That would mess with people's betting lines. That would decline interest from average fans.
They'll kill you in the NFL.
But again, a league that is run by how many levels of executives? They all would have to be in on the conspiracy, and no one's ever said a word about it. No one's ever come out with evidence.
What was it? We had an NBA where the guy's like, ready to tell the truth about the betting scandal.
And we got direct evidence there. And he came forward as part of an FBI sting.
And before he went to go testify, it was settled. And we never got it on the record.
Of course.
Because the NBA
they had to
business.
Protect themselves.
And you don't think the NFL, which is 20 times bigger than the NBA, doesn't have lawyers and people are like, how are you going to prove it? How are you going to prove it? There's only going to be a few people.
The same way Donaghy was able to prove it against the NBA, which is also why if an NFL referee knew that, those dudes make $70,000 a year. If one of them knew they could get the type of Donaghy settlement out of blowing the cover on this, it would have been done 3-5 years ago. The temptation of that payout and say, I don't have to ref these games anymore.
There's a non-disclosure thing, and the referee union would sit there and bankrupt them.
My case isn't helped by the fact that the Chiefs didn't get called for any penalties against the Lions Sunday night.
Wow. Not
a single penalty in that 30-17 victory over my fighting Dan Campbell's.
Oh man.
I agree that doesn't bode well for the people like me still trying to say there's not a grand conspiracy out there to prop up the Chiefs. I know that doesn't help.
I know we both picked the Detroit Lions too.
That was the only. We're going to end with our picks.
I was like, man,
the only one we picked the same team.
I knew they were going to win. I'm like, dude, they're not going to let them go down 2-4.
Well, you weren't wrong because they get back to 500 and go 3-3. The UTEP thing I mentioned, there was some sports analyst,
a smart person,
and no, they're at UTEP. they did some study.
Man,
where
sorry
they
to our
point out-
UTEP listeners.
We're UTSA fans here. I don't know what to tell you. Beautiful stadium, though. Beautiful high school stadium in El Paso, possibly the prettiest in Texas. They did a study going all the way back to that Alex Smith Chiefs years, and they claim to have evidence showing that the Chiefs benefit the most from two types of penalties: roughing the passer and pass interference.
Yeah.
And
What are the biggest momentum killers?
now, granted, all of their study,
what are the biggest momentum killers?
everyone, poor
Roughing the passers.
poor mental strength is what kills momentum. If you can't just get out there
Roughing
and
the passer
perform
15 yards
under the
and,
elements. So they released this
PIs
study,
that can give you 40 yards.
and there's no direct evidence available in the study. You have to pay for it or be an academic. No one provides excerpts. Like, it's a good way for the UTEP research community to get involved in to latch on to some of that NFL publicity. But I still think we're hunting for the smoking gun. Playoff column, Broncos beat the Jets in an ugly game. And that was the London game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Early morning, 13-11.
What was it? Justin Fields had a net passing yards of -10.
Not good. I think he took 9 sacks, was it? Something really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, that experiment has got to be close to done, except for the fact they don't have any other options except
Kirk Cousins is sitting over there in Atlanta. You know, guys.
Yeah, but they don't want to win games. At this point, don't change it. Keep losing and tell Aaron Glenn, we'll stick with you for a year.
I don't understand.
Give you some draft capital.
I don't understand why Cousins didn't go to the Bengals. They went and got a quarterback from the Browns.
Probably because the Falcons are asking for the moon, anticipating Penix getting hurt like he has every year of his life for the last 5 years, dating all the way back to Washington, Indiana.
Pessimist over here.
Well, or good planning by them to have Kirk Cousins holding a clipboard. Colts beat the Cards 31-27. Colts
Indiana Jones, baby.
leading. They're the number 1 seed in the AFC.
I'm telling you.
And the Steelers behind 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers are number 2. They beat the Browns 23-9.
40.
Chargers squeak by the Dolphins 29-27. Still don't know what to make of the Chargers. They're a playoff team, but
their defense, and then there was a throw that, I mean, Herbert's got to live up to the hype, because there was a throw he should have made with Keenan Allen wide open on a critical 4th or 3rd down, and he short arms it about 5 yards. And it's just like, man, that you got to hit that throw.
Yeah,
and
that's
right
not
at the end of the game.
That's not the golden kid we've been promised so far. There's still, I mean, a lot of time, well coached. You have the quarterback. There's still obviously a work in progress. Another work in progress that might be way ahead of schedule. Pats beat the Saints 25-19.
That's given. You know, Saints aren't.
The Saints aren't great, but the fact that the Pats are now leading the AFC East over the Bills after 6 weeks, that's a bit insane to me. Seahawks beat the Jags 20-12, another game that we picked. You were right on that one. I went Jags. You took NFC West chalk. You get that. Both of them, though, look solid playoff teams. Rams beat the Ravens, dismissed them 17-3. And then the Bucks Niners. And they're between the contenders column and the playoff column. Those are all the teams that are in a playoff spot right now.
Yeah.
Which leaves us only fringe Bears Washington that we saw last night. Bears won 25-24. Dude, Troy hates Caleb Williams. I think it's the fact that Troy very clearly doesn't think Caleb is as professional as he maybe should be, and Troy is, hard ass.
Or maybe UCLA,
Oklahoma,
USC.
UCLA, USC. Yeah, that plays into it too for sure.
And in the Oklahoma thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's just. I mean, I don't think Troy supports that bitch out west, Lincoln Riley. I think there's still obviously, and I like a lot of things are purely online narratives and aren't actually proven out if you watch or listen. I think there might be something to that one. I think Troy, whether it's like the pre-week interviews they do or something, clearly Troy is not.
He's not a fan.
He's not won over by Caleb Williams.
It's the fingernail polish for me, man.
Yeah, or the earrings he had in for the purple and gold earrings he had in for post game. Elsewhere in fringe, Vikings Texans both on bye. That leaves us with our ass games. Raiders 20, Titans 10. And then
Raiders!
Panthers 30, Cows 27. Wraps up your week 6. As far as our picks go, we split. We both missed the Lions and the Chiefs game.
And we both got 2 and 2.
You won the Cowboy pick. You won the Cowboy game. I won the Niners. You took the Panthers. I took the Bucks.
Yeah.
You won the Seahawks game. And then I won the Bears-Commanders game. So, and both of us went 2 and 3.
Even with the points, the Commanders had
the Commanders were the favorite, and it was big, 4.5. So, yeah, I didn't need the points to carry that one, to carry me to victory. We are now
They would have covered if that handoff at the end. That's why it made me so mad. I forgot. I was like, why am I so
that would have. Yeah, that definitely would have put them over. No. They wouldn't. They would have had to score a touchdown to cover at that because it was 4.5.
They only won by 1 point.
They were up by 2.
Right?
Yeah, they were
up by 2 points, but then they were trying to get in the field goal.
If they had kicked the field goal, then I think they would have just ran it out, though, if they could get the first down. But, yeah, either way, it would have been right on that line. Overall, through 4 weeks now, I am 9 and 11, and you are 8 and 12. So still hanging around 500 mark and hanging around within a game of each other. So we'll have our picks again on Thursday as we look ahead to NFL.
This is a horrible
week
year
7.
for bookies and stuff,
especially with college football. Well, and I mean NFL, Colts. It's which means it's the best type of viewing year.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would, outside of the Cowboys being the least complimentary team I've ever watched, the rest of football's been quite fun.
Yeah.
If you avoid Texas going to the swamp and UTSA traveling to Philadelphia, there's still some hiccups, but that'll wrap up football talk. Let's get into some lightning round real quick before we get out of here. Actually have a little bit of football talk in the lightning round as well. There it is to close out. Does either one of y'all big R&B guys?
I saw it just as I came over here.
Yeah.
I had, the first time for the cap was to this man.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a breaking news sounder?
That's not breaking news.
It was probably like half of my generation's first time.
Breaking news.
Not my first time, but several times.
Several times.
This hits me deep. This one hits me deep.
This was the
This
go-to.
one hits me
This
deep.
is the go-to album, dude.
This one does. This one hits me deep.
I will push away from the table and allow.
This was the panty dropper, dude. You know what I'm saying?
This is
D'Angelo.
legendary, right? I never had the chance to see this guy in concert, but I would have, if he had ever come around, I would have definitely seen him in concert.
Yeah, he was like,
for sure.
He was the
So wait, hold on. Before we continue on,
yes.
R.I.P. to D'Angelo, who died today.
Rest in peace, King.
One of R&B's and neo souls and jazz and whatever music. Just one of music's legendary.
He went gospel for a little while, too.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
one of music's legendary singers and musicians passed away
music
today.
Yeah.
And R.I.P. to D'Angelo.
Was fighting a private battle with pancreatic cancer, I believe.
The worst out there, man.
Yeah.
That's
he's been battling a lot of demons in the last maybe 10 years of his life. He got addicted to meth and crack, and then apparently he was battling cancer. So F cancer.
I was reading absolutely F cancer, always and forever. I was reading a lot of the, of course, full disclosure, I'm not a big R&B guy to begin with. I like more of the soul, jazz, R&B that I.
That's D'Angelo,
I
bro.
know, that's
You
what
just
I'm saying.
described him. Yeah.
In my head as a kid,
You just remember the 2 hits.
I remember the video where he's naked and it's cut right at his V.
That's the later album. That's Untitled. That's the name of the song. Is Untitled.
See, that's when I think of D'Angelo, that's about the extent. That's
when he got pushed by the execs to go more mainstream.
Right, and that's where. So I was
that
reading.
album's still a masterpiece, though.
Yeah,
I was reading a lot of the inner turmoil was driven by a lot of the pressure from the executives to do more mainstream, to cross and be more marketable, be the sex symbol of R&B, and he was very uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, because he grew up because he was actually a musical genius, like a Prince and stuff, and he had strong, Christian values. And he's like, now all the women, all they do is grab at my junk and all this stuff like that. He didn't want to be that.
I can see how
he wanted
that
to be
would
more
be
than that.
deflating.
So
personally,
that's why he bowed out of the spotlight for after the biggest album he ever had. One of the biggest R&B albums ever.
His first album, man.
Yeah,
it's ingrained in R&B, hip hop, jazz, soul, whatever you want to call it. It's ingrained in music history, man.
Yeah,
that dude is a legend.
Well, upon y'all's strong recommendation, I will.
And I have fond memories of.
I didn't need that. I didn't need that representation or suggestion.
One of my favorite songs, I can't even say the name of it because it violates FCC. So it's S damn MFer. That's the name of the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look that up.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite songs of all time.
I think I can fill in the blanks.
Not just one of his best songs, one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, hit me, LG.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We got Chattipizzle picks of the week's 6 winners and losers. Let's see what their record is. Eagles, that's 1 that's missed. Broncos hit. Colts hit. Saints missed, so that's 2. Rams hit. Steelers hit. Jaguars missed. That's 3. Chargers, did they lose against the Dolphins?
No, they won.
They won. Chargers, they picked Cowboys. That's 4. Raiders, Niners, that's 5. Don't bet on my team, Chattipizzle. All right, that's 5. They picked Packers, Lions 6, Bills 7, Commanders 8. This was their worst week yet.
So they lost 8 games.
Yeah.
So they went 7-8 overall.
Yeah.
But that's their worst week ever.
Yeah.
How many people are making money off of just asking?
And these are just straight.
GPT?
These are straight.
Sure.
There's got to be people who are doing it.
Especially, obviously not your betting experts, but some random I'm trying to put together a 5-team parlay, Chat GPT. What teams do you think are most likely to cover the spread?
And do you think that's not going to be?
That feels like it's
meddled with.
Yeah, it feels like there's some absolute room for manipulation there. Yeah, I hadn't thought of. Again, not to give anyone suggestions, as I fear we might be treading close to waters that we might legally need to avoid. So LG, hit me. I got a couple quick ones for you. In sports that no one cares about except me, the U.S. U20s fell on Sunday afternoon. They lost 3-1 to Morocco in the quarterfinals. So no semifinals for them.
I feel like Morocco got our men's national team too.
Morocco's having a really they're a golden generation for them. They've got the national team. Played in the semifinals. The full men's team played in the semis at the last World Cup, and this younger generation has kids playing all over the biggest leagues in Europe. So they're formidable opponent, not a bad loss for the USA. Good run, beating France and Italy on the way to a quarterfinal. And then also here in our backyard this week, Formula One is back. The U.S. Grand Prix is in Austin this weekend.
You want to see a bunch of rich people? Go to Austin.
Well, also it's kind of great. It used to be that way. So we've missed 2 years since it started. And it used to be all rich people and all foreigners,
Yeah.
all Euros, and Central South Americans, but rich people.
Yeah.
Buddy, it's a NASCAR meet now. It is.
Oh,
yeah.
We're taking it back.
The working class rednecks.
The Winnebagos, and they're coming out and they're parking.
The debauchery, the absolute partying like it's like it's a college kegger again, dude.
All white trashy like that?
Yes, sir, and damn proud of it.
Yeah.
It is. So Thursday night, Friday night, Kygo is playing. Saturday night, Garth Brooks is the musical act out there after qualifying. And then Sunday after the race, Turnpike.
Stillwater's own Garth Brooks.
That's right. And also Oklahoma's own Turnpike Troubadours playing after the race.
Oh, yeah. I know. All right, hit me, LG. We got the weekend recap of the Sports Cave Fantasy Football League.
Oh, not a good week for Chairman Meow.
Oh, buddy. The captain creamed all over the AI overlords. This one I really, really wanted. I really wanted this one.
Oh, it was you versus the AI.
Yes.
Okay.
I win. I destroyed the AI overlords, 127 to 104. Eli's Uber comes in with a win for his first of the season, 88 to King Henry of the Hamptons. Ivan at 72. Carl, good job. You got your win.
Defensive battle.
Let this be a streak that will continue. And our reigning number one got his first loss against James Gang, who had just put a mud stomping on him, 140 to 89.
So are we out of undefeated teams now?
Yeah, we are out of undefeated teams. And then Papaya FC, Sergio, 159, beats the number two, Chairman Meow.
Yeah, that's us. That's me and Zeb.
Oh, God.
Zeb, we might be in trouble.
Zeb, take control of your team.
No, don't go against your friendly chairman. That never ends well for the peasants.
Well, you didn't have a chance. 159.
No, we got smoked.
Highest points in the league this week to 118. And then the Big Straw Ferguson lost to Tulsa State Fair, 127 to 99. And that Bush grew back to a winner against the team Momentumers, 93 to 87.
I'm glad. It's good to see the Bushmen beat Momentum. I do enjoy seeing momentum being proven to be a facade.
When the bush starts growing, that's momentum.
Okay, LG, hit me one more time, and we'll end with this and get out of here. I did this just for you. I assume you saw it. What took place at T. Boone Pickens Stadium in Stillwater this weekend. We have documented the downfall of Oklahoma State football because we're journalists, not just because you love them as a fan, but we are journalists who cover the hard-hitting stories like Mike Gundy getting fired and the potential dark days ahead for Cowpoke football up there. And
I'm not excited.
In North Texas, some people refer to it as Oklahoma.
North Texas.
It's North Texas, and North Texas.
You don't want our smoke.
North Texas is southern Oklahoma, and Oklahoma is North Texas.
Hey, you would love it. You can still burn heaters in the bar.
All, brother, except the bars only serve you 2-3 beer. So for those that didn't see it, something spectacular happened at Oklahoma State's football stadium this weekend, the Saturday during the game. They're getting the doors blown off them. Yeah. They're bad. They're getting killed.
They're bad.
And one random guy decides to stand in a section all by himself.
Come here, baby.
And
let's watch this.
Removes his shirt and starts spinning it around his head. And it was like a sleeper cell agent of men were awoken, and one by one they all start traveling to the section to join him, remove their shirts, and start. And I'm not talking like it didn't grow to 20, it didn't grow to 50. It grew to take up over 3 sections of dudes with their shirts off, just spinning their, like Petey Pablo,
swinging it like a helicopter.
Game. So this is a time lapse, and you can see as it grows and grows, you start to see the lines of people that are slowly, like there you can see the crowd, the concourse is just full of guys, like it's Manchurian Candidate, like they all were activated and they're all traveling.
Fantastic bit.
It's so great.
So good.
The European mind cannot comprehend what took place in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
I think this needs to become tradition.
Spin that shirt.
I think
that needs to be tradition.
It feels like
I think it just turned into tradition.
I was about to say it feels like Oklahoma State has a new tradition.
Don't put that hand
their women's basketball coach was saying, I don't know how much of y'all like basketball, but we could sure use you at our games this season. So it sounds like you might be getting it at
calm down there.
You might be getting it at the basketball game. You might be getting. Do y'all do swimming and diving? Surely you do Olympic sports.
We are one of the best wrestlers.
They're okay. It's perfect for wrestling.
Yes.
I think Oklahoma State has
Captain
a new
America. You saw that we beat the undefeated guy, the unranked wrestler.
No, because I don't follow sports that.
He was unranked and he beat the guy who literally
What
went
was
to the
his name?
Olympics. I don't know.
Okay, so you're
We
proving
named
my
him
point.
Captain America.
Well, hopefully next time a massive upset like that takes place, someone there's a section of
Man, I
fans
don't remember half the
spinning
people I
their
shake
shirt.
hands with, dude. Like, that doesn't mean much.
Well, do you remember?
I got the Brad Pitt disease. I can't remember things.
I thought that's the backward aging. Oh no, when he was under
not Benjamin
deposition. Yeah, okay.
I got the other one where I age faster.
Fair. Do you remember at least where the people can get a hold of you?
Yes, you can get a hold of me at the Captain's Chair 210 on Twitter and Instagram.
Because on that note,
Twitter
we
world.
are calling it a show for a Tuesday night. If you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on X at Biggest Puma, on Instagram, biggest.puma. LG, when's the next stream?
I believe the next stream will be Saturday, and I will have an interview with a horror shop owner at the Wonderland of America.
I almost jumped the gun at first when you started to say that. I was like, wait, with a who? What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Horror.
A horror shop, the queen of horror.
I like horror.
Well, we are...
It's Halloween. It's October.
Yeah, we are certainly
You know what I
staying seasonal with this program. As always, I appreciate y'all riding along. I'll be filling in for Andy Friday on Ticket as well, so look forward to that. Add it to your schedule. We'll be back Thursday.
Yes.
Be back Thursday for another run of this. So till then, enjoy the baseball. Y'all be good. Peace.
Peace.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. Say no to drugs.
Yeah!